So welcome everyone to the Yoga Space Online. Thank you for joining me. So we're going to do quite a bit of work on the side body today, but also upper back and shoulders, just to really get open up in this area, get some space in there, improve your breath, expand the ribs a little bit more, and just start to release tension in that space. So when our ribs, when our torso is more open, when we get rid of tension in this area, then we can get more breath into the body, which is going to improve your energy levels. It's also going to improve your mood. One of my favorite quotes is from Mr. Iyengar, which is, open your armpits and you will always be happy. And I truly believe that, because it always improves my mood if I do upper back, shoulder mobility work. So let's just come to start into a nice wide child's pose. So if you take your knees wide, bring your feet towards each other. You can put pillows or cushions between your bum and your heels if you can't get your hips right down. Take your hands wide, so wider than your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in, press the hands gently down into the floor, lift your hips, and then as you exhale, just start to settle your hips down towards the heels and release your head. Keep pressing your hands down into the floor and your outer shoulders, your outer arms down. And just start to find your breath, breathing in and out through the nose, nice and full. You can always put something underneath your head as well. Let your hips sink down as much as possible. And just start to feel into the back, into the shoulders, and into your hips. Inhaling. And exhaling. As you breathe in, start to come up and come into all fours. So bring your hands under your shoulders and bring your knees underneath your hips. And we'll do a few cat-cows here. Try and, when you go into cow pose, so make it less about your lumbar spine and make it more about the upper back and the shoulders. So tilt a little bit here, but not too much. Inhale, take your chest through your arms, lengthen the crown of the head forwards, press the arm bones back, and really try and get that feeling of lifting the chest, drawing the mid-rib area a bit more down. And then exhale, squeeze the arms and the legs in and start to round your spine. So doing the opposite now. Draw the belly in, press the floor away. Inhale, come back into that cow pose. Again, make it less about tilting the tailbone up, more about taking the chest up and through the arms. Exhale and round. Press the floor away, draw the belly in. And again, inhale, opening, draw the shoulders back, draw your arm bones back, press your fingers down, press the floor away. Exhale and rounding. And then just come to a neutral spine. So breathe in here, and then as you exhale, just swing your hips. So your hips are going to go over to the left side. So really let your whole your legs move to the left, your hips move to the left. Move that left hand a little bit back. Go onto the fingertips of your right hand, and then start to bend that elbow and see if you can bring your left hip more forwards and your left shoulder towards your left hip. Squeeze in the torso there. Feel that in the shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And then go the other side. So right elbow bends, hips shift out to the right. And then once you've got them as far right as you can, start to bring the shoulder and the right hip together. So you feel that in the right side of the body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go the other way again. So sending the hips left and then bringing them forward. So get a tuck. Imagine you've got kind of a left tailbone. Tuck it in. Squeeze in that side. Notice which side you've got more movement on. And then inhale, come back to center. And then the other side. So send the hips right. Move your right shoulder towards your right hip, squeezing in that side. And inhale and come back to center. And then bring your forearms to the floor and interlace your fingers. You can take your knees back a little bit further if you want to. So I want you to do your cat-cows now, but with your elbows on the floor. Yeah, so we've got our elbows a little bit in from the shoulders. Bring the weight of the shoulders over the elbows. So just stack, make a nice straight line there in the upper arms. So again, tuck your tailbone slightly and draw your belly in, but inhale, start to press your chest forwards as you squeeze the elbows back. So you're going to feel that right across the top of the trapezius. Press the arm bones down. And then as you exhale, start to round. So really draw your tailbone under here. Pull the belly in and bring your head through. Inhale. Just let your hips lift slightly, but feel a tuck in the tailbone. Start to bring the chest through the arms. Press into the arms and squeeze. Exhale, round. Curl in. Draw the body up, front body to back body, bring your head in. One more, inhale. Take the chest through the arms. So imagine you're trying to pull the elbows towards each other. And then exhale, curl in. Rounding. And then releasing. And then come back to that all fours position. Tuck your toes now into the floor. Bring your knees a little bit more forward. So we're going to go into a short downward facing dog. So start to move your hips back towards your heels, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, lift your knees off the floor. So you get a nice stretch through the feet, drop your head and come up into a bent knee, downward facing dog. So bend your knees a lot. And initially here, let your armpits move towards the floor. Let your chest move down. So feel like you're pressing your shoulder blades down and back towards the legs. And then as you inhale, start to round your spine. See if you can lift your heels. So you're doing that cat curl again in the upper back. Bring your chin in. And then exhale, bend the knees again. Let your armpits press down. Lift your head slightly. Feel that in the upper back, in the chest. Keep the knees bent. And then exhale, round again. So curl the upper back. Draw your tailbone under. Lift your heels up. Extend the legs more. One more. Inhale. Press the armpits down. Bending the knees. And then exhale, curl. Rounding. And then from there, walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your feet wide, nice and soft in your knees, and just fold, holding your forearms or your elbows or your upper arms wherever you can reach. Maybe just rock a little bit from side to side, but keep those knees nice and soft. Breath nice and steady. Release your arms. Inhale, slowly uncurl and come all the way up to standing now. Good. So stand with your feet hip width apart, and then take your elbows nice and wide into a cactus position. So try and line up your forearms with your elbows and press your elbows as far back as you can. It helps if you kind of squeeze the fingers together here. As you do that, press your thigh bones back and pull your lower ribs in so that your torso is nice and steady and you're not going into your lumbar spine. Breathe in here, nice big expansive breath. And then as you exhale, keep that strength through the body and squeeze the elbows towards each other as if you were squeezing something out. Inhale, open. Again, draw the rib cage in, stay nice and steady through the legs, nice and steady through the torso, draw your tailbone down. Exhale, squeeze the arms towards each other. Good. Inhale again and open. Exhale and squeeze. One more. Inhale, open. Get as expansive as you can. Draw the rib cage in. Exhale and squeeze. And then lift your arms up towards the sky. You can clasp your hands here and bring your index fingers together into Kali Mudra. Press the hands together and send the energy up. So press down into your feet as you exhale and bend your knees slightly. Bring your hands to the top of your head. And then as you inhale, press into your feet, send the energy up and lengthen. Good. Exhale, bend the knees. So get really grounded, drop your tailbone down. And then as you inhale, press into your heels, press into your feet and send the energy up. Good, lovely. One more. Exhale, come down, root into your feet, root into your tailbone. And then inhale, press into your feet, lengthen and send that energy up. Now keep the energy reaching up through the right hand. I'm going to mirror you. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, drop your left arm down. Keep lengthening. So still get long. Inhale. And then exhale. Still lengthening. Start to stretch over to the left. And breathe. And see if you can still get that full, steady breath. And you can just drop your chin to look towards that shoulder. Inhale, reach back up. So clasp your hands again, bend the knees, exhale, breathe in, press into your feet, lift up, get that length through the torso, keep rooting into your feet, exhale, go down, bend the knees, drop the tailbone, inhale, reach. Find that energy moving through the body, lengthen space, exhale. Inhale and reach. Now keep reaching through your left hand, drop your right hand, breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, start to reach over. So let the left hip move a little bit more to the left. And again, you can drop your head towards your shoulder as you look down. Inhale, come back up, lift. Exhale and releasing your arms down and bend your knees here. So just bring your hands onto your knees and just circle the knees. That's it. And circle the hips. Keep the knees nice and soft. Good. Go the other way. Nice and steady with your breath. And now take your feet a little bit wider. So it's up to you. You can do a little mini goddess pose here if you want and turn the feet out and go a bit more into a squat, or you can just keep those feet in a parallel position. So however your body is feeling today. I'm just going to take the little mini goddess. So if you take the little mini goddess, you're opening your knees out. You're trying to keep the knees over the ankles and your bum can stick out slightly in this variation. Breathe in, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. So really squeeze and press down firmly into your thighs so you lock out the arms. And then as you exhale, start to bend your left elbow, drop your right arm in and see how low you can go. That's it. Inhale, come back to the center, lift, squeeze the elbows, shoulders up towards the ears. I'm forgetting my body parts. Exhale, bend the other elbow and go in. And as you do that, press that thigh bone away. You can look over that shoulder. Inhale, squeeze up and lift. Now this time, see if you can drop your bum a little bit more, especially if you're in that goddess pose. Exhale, bend the opposite elbow and go and look over. Really get nice and deep. Feel it in the shoulder, the side body. Inhale, come back to center. Squeeze, lift up. Drop your hips again. Exhale, reaching over. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, press down into your feet and come all the way up. And then just lift the legs and just move a little bit in the hips there. Good, nice. So we'll take a little mini warrior pose. So we're going to do that. Let's do it this way. So we're going to take a hip width stance. So start top of your mat. Take your feet hip width and just take your hands onto your hips. And then track that left foot. Just take it straight back in a line from where it was at the front of the mat so that we're not bringing it in to the middle. Yeah, so keep that hip width stance. Start to bend your right knee, but keep your pelvis exactly where it is so that we're not doing this action. Yeah, so we call this dog tilt. So engage more of a cat tilt. So remember when we were doing our cat pose earlier, bring that into your pelvis a little bit now so that pelvis can stay nice and aligned. Press back into your back heel. If you're more flexible, then by all means, you can take that foot a little bit further back, but we're going to try and keep the foot parallel. So we're keeping that foot nice and straight. Just want you to feel that stretch through the front of the hip. So we're going to bring in our cactus arms again. Yeah. So we open the arms on the inhale. We're going to keep this knee bent and actively squeeze the thighs in towards each other. Exhale, cactus, bring the arms in. Inhale, draw those ribs back, open. Exhale, cactus, bring your elbows in. Inhale, draw the arms open. Exhale, cactus, and bring your arms in. Inhale, open. And now as you exhale, I'm just going to come off my mat because I haven't got enough room there. Inhale, open. And now as you exhale, draw your right arm down and reach over with your left arm. As you keep squeezing those legs in and look down to the right, keep that knee bent over the ankle and keep pressing into that back heel. And again, don't change the alignment of your pelvis. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Again, Kali Mudra with the arms. Get that energy reaching up. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten. Keep reaching. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bring the arms down. And then bring your feet back to the front of your mat. Good. So other side. So hip width with your feet. Step back with your right foot. And again, you want to keep that hip width position, hands on your hips, and keep that alignment in your pelvis. Draw your shoulders back. Breathe in, bend that left leg. Keep that nice neutral position in the pelvis so that we're not going into that lumbar spine. Open the arms out again, cactus your arms. Keep pressing into that back foot, drawing the right tailbone down. Exhale, squeeze the legs together, the arms together. Inhale, open. Good. Exhale. Inhale, open. Keep the rib cage drawing in. Exhale. And then inhale and open. And then as you exhale, reach your right arm down. And this time, oh no, sorry, other way. Left arm down and reach over to the, no, I did it right the first time. Sorry, it's because I've changed sides. So reaching down with the right arm and over with your left arm. Keep squeezing your thighs towards each other. Keep nice and rooted and steady with your feet, and just relax your neck and look down to the floor on that right side. Inhale, lifting up, reaching and reaching. Exhale there. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, stay really rooted in that back heel. Keep drawing your tailbone under. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Good. And exhale, release the arms and step back to the front of your mat. And again, just give your legs a little shake. Feel the energy starting to shift. Feel the torso hopefully getting a little bit more lifted. So bring your hands onto the edge of something. It could be the edge of your sofa, or it could be a chair or a table. That's it. And then move your hips back again. So it's like you're in an extended child's pose like we were before, but now we've lifted the arms up. So we're going to feel it a little bit more in the shoulders here. So can you see how naturally I want to kind of stick my bum up and go into my lumbar spine again? So draw your lumbar spine in out rather, and draw your tailbone under, and then start to again try and lengthen and descend in the torso, but lift your armpits up from the floor. So feel that in the shoulders. Keep moving your hips back and find your breath here. So try not to puff your rib cage out. Keep drawing your rib cage in. That's good, Jenny. Excellent. Keep lengthening. Lengthen the crown of the head forwards. Breathe. Inhale. And then exhale. Come back to your mat. Back onto all fours again. Tuck your toes and take a nice downward facing dog here. So just stretch out in your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and a big exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. And come down onto your seat. So come to sitting here. So come to a comfortable cross-legged position, whatever that is for you. And you can sit up on a block or on cushions if you need to, if your hips are tight. So I'll mirror you again. So you're going to lift your right arm up. So reach your right arm up and take your left hand across to your right knee. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, open that arm out to the side and just take the fingertips behind you. So we're just going to go into a twist to start. So inhale, center, and then exhale, gently pull on that right thigh to open your torso to the left side. Now I want you to really focus on your lower back here. So go soft into your lower back, draw in your pelvic floor, engage through your glutes, and then see if you can move that energy up and use your exhalation to twist the ribs. So move it more into the mid upper back. Keep drawing that shoulder back. And just to make sure the neck's nice and soft, I just want you to turn your head from side to side, just whilst keeping that twist. So just loosen up the neck. Keep your breath nice and steady. Feel that in the ribs, feel that in the torso. Inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. Now you're going to keep that hand there. Yeah, so keep a nice firm grip onto the thigh, but face to the front now. Yeah. If it's too much to hold the leg, you can hold on to your trousers. Or you can put a belt there and hold on to the belt. When inhale, we're going to lift that right arm up again. Reach up. And now as you exhale, side stretch. So we're gently starting to go over. Now make it more about lengthening and lifting than how far you can go over, and get really heavy in that right leg. And again, just turn your head, no discomfort in the neck. Look down. Breathe into the side body. See if you can lengthen a little bit more. Good, lovely. Inhale. Exhale, maybe go a little bit deeper. See how it feels. Inhale, come up. Exhale and release. And just come back to center and just feel now the space in that right side. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then we'll go to the other side. So take your right hand across, hold on to your left leg now. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And then as you exhale, opening that left arm to the left. Find the floor with your fingers. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, start to twist. So once you've started to go into the pose, just now bring your attention to the sit bones and really connect down into the sit bones. Draw the pelvic floor in and up, activating your glutes. in the side muscles of the torso, and soften a little bit into your lumbar spine so that you're not activating the twist from the lumbar spine, but it's more mid upper back. Use that breath to find length, inhaling, expanding upwards, and use that exhalation to twist in a little bit deeper. Use your breath. Moving the side ribs, the left side of the torso, the right side of the torso around. Shoulder back, inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Keep hold of the leg, and you can hold it really high up the thigh, just wherever is comfortable for you. Reach the left arm up, breathe in. Notice the difference from one side to the other as you start to go in. One side's always tighter. That's it. So just go in gently to begin with. Good. And then release your head down, neck nice and soft, and focus your breath into that side body now. Breathing nice and steady. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, come up. Exhale, put the hands on the floor. Just change the cross of the legs now. So cross the other leg in front. So we're nice and balanced. Inhale, cactus the arms again. So same position as before. Exhale, cross your left arm over your right arm and squeeze. Inhale, open. Don't worry if you can't cross them completely. Exhale, right over left, squeeze. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, go a bit faster. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then come back and just roll your shoulders a few times back and a few times forwards. So take your hands behind your head now. Just a nice loose interlace, not too tight. Press your elbows back and gently press the back of the head into the hands as if you were lying back on a beach. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Breathe in. And then breathe out. Bring your elbows together now, but keep your head pressing back into your hands at the same time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. And now as you exhale, draw your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, pick it back up and open again. Now, just bring your arms down a moment. So depending on where you feel this, so where you feel like, so you might feel like, oh, I've got a really lot of tension there, right in the middle back, or you might think, well, I've got more tension in the neck and the shoulders, where you're feeling it today. So you can decide with this how low you go, yeah. So if you go forwards first and then around and then pull the head in, that's going to get it more in the mid upper back. Yeah, but just make sure you soften in the lumbar spine, that you're kind of not going into this area. So you can kind of decide where you're going to come to, depending on where you want to release that tension from. Okay, so inhale, interlace your fingers again, press your head back into your hands, nice and wide through your elbows. Exhale, pull in. Good, squeeze. Now breathe in again. Breathe out, and then bring the head down and find where you really want to move and soften that tension. So go as low as feels comfortable for you. Make sure your lower back feels okay. Take a few breaths here. Let the weight of the head help you. And inhale, press gently up. Head back into the hands again. Good. We'll do one more time. So inhale. This is a great one if you've been sitting at a computer all day. Exhale, squeeze in again. And coming in nice and gently lowering down. And just find that place. Use your breath to help you breathing into any tension. And just visualize it dissolving as you exhale. Inhale, come up. Press the head back again. Just turn your head a little bit side to side. And then release the arms down. And hopefully just notice again, might find a little bit more space, a little bit more openness. So we'll use our blocks now. So you can have the block as low as is more as comfortable for you. If you're a bit more flexible, you might want to have it a little bit higher. If you're using books, and you can do the same with a block as well, is put it underneath your mat so that it doesn't slip. This one is for your head, so you can just use a couple of cushions. Yeah, if you haven't got two blocks or two books that are kind of the same. It takes a little bit of faffing about just to get it in the right place. But what you're looking for is bringing that first block right across, so the end of the block sits at the tip of the shoulders, and then the rest of the block kind of just covers the lower mid shoulder area. Yeah, so ideally if you are using a book, try and get one that's kind of rectangular in shape. Okay, so you can also do it without blocks as well if you haven't got any to hand. So just bring your feet out in front of you, bring your feet together, and just find that at first position with your lower shoulder blades just on the edge of the block there. Yeah, and stretch your feet away. So just be a little bit active in your legs. And then just start to move your head back. And this is the tricky bit, is you want to just get the block or the book or the cushion just underneath your head. Yeah, so your head is supported. And ideally, you don't want your head to be lower than your first block. Yes, so you want to try and get it about the same height if possible. Now, squeeze your legs together, squeeze your feet together, and stretch your toes away so your legs are being nice and active. And then I want you to just take your fingers, breathe in, and then as you breathe out, press your lower ribs down. Just do that a couple of times. So inhale into the ribs, into the back body, and then as you exhale, press your lower ribs down, and then see if you can lengthen your pelvis a little bit further away. So you're really working on lengthening. Now keep the lower ribs down, keep them drawing in, interlace your fingers again, stretch your hands up towards the sky, breathe in, and then as you breathe out, stretch your feet away and slowly start to extend your arms back. Now, if your shoulders are very tight, you might prefer to do this in that cactus position again with your arms. Yeah, so you can just take your arms wide, let the elbows come down and open more across the top of the chest. If you've got that shoulder flexibility, then stretch your feet away, stretch your heels away, and reach through your arms while still drawing your rib cage down. And all the time, keep noticing and being very conscious of your breath. Sighing breath in and out through the nose. Draw your chin down. Steady with your breath. Keep drawing the ribs in. Keep active through your legs. Expanding with the breath into all those tight spots. Inhale. Exhale. Release the arms. Take your hands behind your head to lift your head. Press your elbows into the floor and gently coming up. And now take your blocks out of the way. And then slowly come back down to the floor again. So let's just do a little bit of hip work. We've worked a lot on the upper back and the shoulders. So just take hold of your right leg, left foot on the floor, and just start to take some nice big circles with that right leg. He's joining in. Go the other way around with your right leg. Good. And then bring that right knee in a little bit towards the side body. Hold it with your hands, squeezing it in towards the ribs. Good. And then take your right ankle just by your left knee. So first of all, lengthen your tailbone away, lower back into the floor, keep your pelvis level, breathe in. And as you breathe out, press that right thigh away as you stay nice and heavy through the left side of your pelvis. Breathe into the pelvis. Sigh out through the mouth, press the leg away. Breathe in. Sigh out, press the leg away. And then release that leg. Just let that leg go long for a moment, give it a little shake. Good. And then change sides. So bring your right leg in and then start to do nice big circles with that left leg in the hip. Good, nice and big. Try and find every little point as it goes round in that circle and notice how it feels. Go the other way around. And then hugging that leg. Take a little bit towards the side of the ribs. Good. And let your pelvis stay nice and level and grounded into the floor. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. And again, breathing in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. And bring your left ankle now by your right knee. Take your left hand to your thigh. Keep the right side of the hip down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press and open that left leg away. Inhaling. Exhale. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. And then reaching forward. See if you can get hold of the back of the thigh or around the knee. And then bring that leg, if you can, in towards the chest. Find your breath nice and steady. As you do that, try and press that left thigh away at the same time. Breathing in. And breathing out. And release that left leg. And again, just give that left leg a little shake. So bring your feet towards the center of the mat here. Lift your head and look at your feet. So you're going to take your left foot over to the left corner of your mat. Pick up your right leg and then take your right ankle over your left ankle. Okay, so you're crossing your right leg over. If you can hook the right toes underneath the left foot, great. Don't worry too much if you can't do that. Actively squeeze the legs towards each other. Move your pelvis a little bit more to the right. So legs have gone left, but the pelvis is going right. And then press your elbows into the floor and move your torso, your upper back, more to the left. So basically you'll make like a banana shape on the floor. Lift your arms up behind you and get hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Breathe in. And now as you breathe out, gently pull the right arm over towards the left, but keep that right shoulder down on the floor. Squeeze the legs together. You can turn your head towards your left shoulder and get really long through the whole right side of the body. If you need to move your hips slightly, do so. Focus your breath into the side ribs, into the shoulder, into the leg on that right side. And feeling all that length in the space. Nice deep breath in, squeezing, reaching. Exhale, sighing out breath. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. Let that shoulder drop on the right side. Release the arm. Come back to center with the legs. Look at your feet again. So take your right foot over to the right corner. Cross your left leg over. Maybe bringing the foot underneath, maybe not. But you're going to actively squeeze the legs together. Take your hips a little bit more left, but take your upper back a little bit more right. And then reach up with your left arm. Take your left wrist with your right hand. And then pulling over to the right side now. So you can bend that right elbow as much as you need to bring that left arm down, but try and keep your left shoulder down. You can move the right shoulder a little bit more out to the right. Keep squeezing the top leg into the bottom leg. And then focus your breath fully into the side body, finding that space, finding that length. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through your mouth. Inhaling and then exhaling, coming back to center, releasing, and get yourself comfortable for your Shavasana now. So just let your arms and your legs release. Make sure you're warm enough. So get yourself comfortable on the floor, just letting the arms and the legs release open, let your belly become soft. And let go of your breath now. So just really let your breath drop. Relax your belly, relax your jaw and your eyes. So we're going to move into silence now. Just giving thanks to all the people that are helping us during this time. The key workers, doctors, nurses, all the people that are keeping things going for us. But also just taking some time to honor and remember people that have lost their lives as well during this time. So if you have time to stay in your relaxation for longer, then do stay in relaxation for as long as you are comfortable. Just really let yourself relax and settle. If you're ready to come out, then gently just start to move your fingers and toes, stretching your hands and your feet. Having a good stretch along the floor and feeling that extra space and easier mobility now in the upper back and the shoulders. Noticing your energy and gently bending your knees, rolling onto your side and coming up to sitting when you're ready. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that set you up for your day. Thank you for your energy. It's a joy to share practice with you. Thank you. Namaste.